Hey fellow YouTubers, welcome back to Land of the Wombats. It's your bad old Uncle Chris, here to share some off-grid pirate lifestyle stories, and today we are cleaning up the forest. Now, you might not be aware in other parts of the world, but this particular area has received about 200 mils of rain in the last 5.5 months. Now that's not much, that's 8 inches by the way. And it's pretty dry, and it's probably well under half of the sort of rain that we expect. Now further to the west here, things are much worse, and they're getting that sort of level of rain over the last, say, 15 months or stuff. So it's pretty dry, and as the as a friend of mine once said about the famous Dorothy McClellar poem about a sunburnt country, he said, "What part of droughts and flooding rains don't you mofos get?" And it's a pretty astute observation. So with the possibility that the summer might be even drier, and that's sort of 6 months away, we are cleaning up the forest around us to ensure that there's not much forest fuel. Now, what we have behind us is the remnants of logging that occurred here after the Ash Wednesday fires in 1983. And you can see that all the logs are quite scarred from fire. And what we're doing is we're harvesting any of those fallen trees that, well, they weren't fallen, they were actually put there by the loggers who were trying to recover the logs, and then they found the trees were no good for milling. So what they basically did was just dump them there. Now, that's why this block of land was cheap, and that's good for us, but it's a lot of hard work too, which I don't mind. I'm not fussed about that. The trees are actually on the ground, and what we've been doing slowly over the last couple of years is cutting off the heads, burning them off, and you can see we've got a fire right here, and this was immense yesterday. And today is much smaller. I came out last night, pushed it in together, and I pushed it in again this morning. That will actually burn for a couple of days. It's actually super hot in the ground. And what we do as well is recover any bits of firewood that we can and turn them into firewood, I meant to say. And what we do is recover any logs that we can and convert them into firewood. Now we disc them up and store them over there, and they'll dry off over the next 6 months because they are very wet despite it being quite dry. They'll dry up over the summer months, but then they pick up humidity from the atmosphere, and they will not burn at that particular point unless it's on this super hot fire. They're no good for firewood. You'll actually damage the steel inside your combustion chamber. So yeah, we're basically trying to recover as much as this fallen timber that we've got, and do something useful with it. So yeah, it's a lot of work. There's probably a couple of months worth of more of work here, and yeah, we'll just see how it goes. Anyway, thanks very much for watching, and see you all next week.